I'm Gan.
Hi, I'm Florence. I'm Tang Cheau Yin.
Welcome to my channel. Today our topic is about factors and reasons that influences parents' rejections on vaccines. So, first, do you know that among states in Malaysia, Kedah was with the most vaccine rejection cases? Based on the statistic given, in the year 2018, it was recorded 139 cases compared to 122 cases in 2017. So, what makes the parents so refuse to give vaccination to their child? Any comments?
Yes, Gan. According to parental vaccine hesitancy, the first factor that influencing parents in vaccine hesitancy was religious objection. Understanding how religion can influence vaccination, belief is important in providing education to parents. For example, the HPV vaccine is not always well accepted within religious community whose belief strongly identify with views to prohibit premarital sex and adhere to monogamy. Belief HPV is a sexually transmitted infection. Parents may perceive infection against it as unnecessary and even immoral. We have prepared a video. Let us take a look at it.
Pediatrician Musa Mohammed Nordin prepares a vaccine and administers it to a less than pleased child. But health officials here in Muslim-majority Malaysia are worried as more and more parents opt out of immunization programs for religious reasons. Malaysian Health Minister S. Subramanian.
Our concern is if left uncontrolled, what will happen in the long term if these numbers continue to increase, and then it might have a significant effect on the health of the nation as a whole.
Misinformation within the Muslim community is rampant that some vaccines contain ingredients like pig DNA, which is forbidden by Islam. Malaysia's highest Islamic body says vaccines with non-halal components are allowed when alternatives aren't available. Still, some parents aren't convinced. A recent forum on the benefits of vaccines left some skeptical. Parents don't know where to turn when there are adverse effects from vaccines, this parent said. They have to use other methods like alternative therapies. Officials say 5 children have died from diphtheria since June.
From what Florence said just now, I have something to ask. What do you mean by premarital sex and monogamy?
Prohibit premarital sex is a man and a lady cannot do sex before marriage. The goal wants us to research sex for marriage, not because it's bad and dirty, but precisely because it serves a unique, exclusive, and wonderful thing. Monogamy is a man only can marry a wife. More accurate, the fact or custom of having sexual relationship or marriage with only one other person at a time. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, I get it, and I agree to Florence said just now. Religious reasons are generally linked to the core belief of parents, and it's difficult to dissuade these individuals from views against immunization. They also state that vaccination may violate their religious tenets. They also say that the animal-derived gelatin used in producing vaccine, as well as the human fetus tissue used in Vera components, pose the largest concerns.
Oh, Ting, can you explain me what the meaning of religious tenet?
Oh yes, religious tenets means the principle of one religion that they have to stick with. Do you get what I say?
Yes, Ting, I get it.
What do you think, Gan?
Yes, I also agree with that. Some religions, for example, Islam, has claimed that However, a young group of young educated parents has campaigned that the immunization is a new world. Their conspiracy and questions that the status of the vaccine use. Other than that, vaccination safety is another factor which influences parents' decisions on whether to vaccinate their children. What do you think about this factor, Chai?
Yes, social media and large scale often reported that vaccine can cause autism, brain damage, or behavioral problems. This may cause the parent fear to vaccinate their children. They also believe that the side effects of vaccine are more extensive than what they have been told by the physician, and the risks overweigh the benefits of vaccinating their children. All of this information can be very overwhelming for some parents to make their own well-informed decision.
Under this factor, I have something to add on. Parents may want to know about the research that has been done on vaccine. The healthcare provider cannot let the introduction of a vaccine include requirements that are extremely comprehensive and can often extend over a period of 10 years or more. Hence, each law must be tested to ensure that both safety and efficacy are reserved. If not ensure the safety of the vaccine, they will causing the autism. Concerns about vaccine causing tremors that were thought to affect brain development. The timing of vaccine administrations may lead parents to believe that there is a causal relationship between the two. Yes, indeed. Both of you give excellent point. Is there any other point that can support this topic? Florence? Yes, of course, Gan. Besides the level of trust between parents and his or her child, healthcare provider and government affects the decision that parents make regarding vaccines. For example, parents believe that healthcare providers are more likely to discuss the benefit and do not get enough information regarding risks. On the other hand, because of the government monitor any adverse event that occurs as a result of the administration of vaccine, parents may be skeptical to whether the government is being honest when reporting any issue. Do you agree with me, Charlie?
I would say, Florence, I do agree with you. Parents desiring to have more information about vaccination and the side effects regarding to vaccine expressed in a factual way. It is important for practitioners to have open and frank conversation with their patients and families so that families will understand the benefits without the feeling of attack or judgment to having questions about their children's health care.
Wow, it looks so serious without the trust and knowledge about the vaccinations. Seems like there's a lot that makes parents refuse to send their children to take vaccines.
Nonetheless, personal beliefs and philosophical reasons can also be factors that influencing parental vaccine hesitancy. Some parents believe that natural immunity is better for their children than the immunity acquired through vaccination. Others express the beliefs that when the children contract with a preventable disease, it will be beneficial for the children in long term. as it will help in children's immunity system stronger as they grow into adulthood.
Yes, Chao Yin. Personal belief might influence the decision of vaccine. For my research, parents believe that children resist too many vaccines and that the administrations of all required immunizations is not healthy, beginning at birth, and even is exposed of thousands of antigens at any given time, regardless of vaccine exposure. uh, when the excellular produces vaccine is lower at the number of antigens the body is exposed to from about 3,000 to about 6. Failure to address the gap related to parents' knowledge of the immune system of their fears related to vaccine and how they work will lead to a decline in vaccine out there and possibly an increase in many VPTs. Let's look the another video.
Hi, my name is Paul Offit, and I'm talking to you today from the Vaccine Education Center here at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. I think one question that parents have that seems to be their most common concern about vaccines is, are children just getting too many vaccines too soon? It's a reasonable question to ask. I mean, any reasonable parent who sees their child get as many as 26 inoculations in the first few years of life, as many as 5 shots at one time, I think can reasonably fear it's just too much. But it's really not the number of shots or number of vaccines that children get. It's really the number of immunological components in the vaccine that matters. So by immunological component, what I mean is a bacterial protein or a viral protein or this sort of complex sugar coating that sits on the surface of bacteria called polysaccharides. Those are the immunological components of vaccines. And if you add them all up, all those 14 different vaccines that kids get in the first few years of life, it adds up to about 160 immunological components. Now that may seem like a lot, but when you think about what children encounter typically and manage every day, it's really not just figuratively, but literally a drop in the ocean. So here's what I mean. When you're in the womb, you're in a sterile environment. When you enter the birth canal in the world, you're not. And very quickly you have living on the surface of your body trillions of bacteria, literally trillions of bacteria. You have about 100 trillion bacteria on the surface of your body. That's 10 times more than you have cells in your body, to which you make an immune response. You make an immune response to those bacteria. I mean, children and adults make grams of immunoglobulins like immunoglobulin G or secretory immunoglobulin A every day because they want those bacteria to stay at mucosal surfaces and not invade. Now, each bacterium, single bacterium, contains between 2,000 and 6,000 immunological components. And remember, I said the total number of immunological components in vaccines is only about 160. Frankly, I think that a common cold infection is a far greater immunological challenge than all of the vaccines that children get combined. Thank you.
How about you, Gan? What do you think about the personal belief?
Yes, some parents are unsure of the number of vaccine injections and unsure if their children can develop immunity naturally. Moreover, there is a belief among some fruits such as dates, Nigella sativa, honey, olive, and pomegranates, which are perceived as blessed fruit and fruits in Islam, which can boost and increase immunity in children.
I have a question now.
Yes.
Which age of a child do parents reluctant to immunize them?
Okay. According to Lim et al., investigate that parents reluctantly refuse to vaccine their children among 15 to 24 months, and especially those without immunity in 3 to longer months.
Thank you, Gan. So to conclude, if pharmacies and other healthcare providers are able to understand the main concern parents have on vaccinating their children, they will have well prepared about the informative conversation of immunization. So our talk is going to end here. We hope that our information and researches about reasons and factors will help you in understanding parental vaccine hesitancy. So before our talk ends, we'll show you a short video. So thank you for your cooperation and attentiveness. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Every day, children around the world are threatened by severe and potentially deadly diseases. Would you protect a child from disease if you could? The truth is, you can. Vaccines can protect our children and our community from diseases like measles, tetanus, pertussis, meningitis, and many others. Yet in WHO's Western Pacific region, every year more than 2 million babies are not getting all the vaccines they need, putting them and the other vulnerable members of our community at risk of life-threatening diseases. When more people in the community are immunized, diseases spread less quickly and easily, and our communities become safer. Vaccines protect your children, your family, and your neighbors too, because vaccines work. All of us, parents, healthcare workers, governments, media, everyone has a role to play in making sure our children are immunized. Healthcare workers help give children the right vaccines at the right time. Governments and partners work to ensure that high-quality vaccines are equally available to everyone. Community organizations, media, families, and friends can contribute by promoting accurate information about the benefits of vaccines and when and where to get immunized. When we work together to immunize our children, disease is prevented, lives are saved, and communities